Hello everybody, my name is Benjamin Bloom. We are here live and I have just witnessed Preston North End 0, West Brom 1. Anything Leeds can do, West Brom can do too. The game week ends with West Brom recording their 5th straight win. To respond to Leeds, they're going to go top of the league up to 42 points. They go 7 points clear of third place Fulham, as this championship table is really starting to stretch out now. Leeds and West Brom 5 straight wins, Fulham 4 straight wins, they're taking everybody else with them and it's turning into quite the battle. Preston losing their unbeaten home record to a somewhat questionable 88th minute penalty put home by Charlie Austin. Again, this game, exactly like the one between Leeds and Reading last week, had the air of a team at the top getting the job done yet again and grinding out the 3 points when it mattered the most. Here is what happened. Preston line up weak in defence through injuries. It's Rudd in goal. Alan Brown, who we've seen play as a number 10 and scored 12 goals last season, is going to play right back up against Grady Diangana. Rafferty left back, well, that's a first teamer, but a kind of reserve centre back partnership of Huntington and Story. Pearson and Johnson is the double pivot. Johnson moving back, although he's played 10, Gallagher's played 10, they've played deep. Alex Neil has switched that around, so that is no issue. Maguire off the left, Potts in the 10 position, Barkhausen off the right, Big Stockley keeps his place up the top. Alex Neil seems to like him. And West Brom, the team's starting to get very familiar now, and why wouldn't it be when they've won every week for the last 5 games? Johnston in goal, Ferguson and Gibbs are the fullbacks. Bartley and Ajayi are the centre-backs. Sawyers and Livermore in front of that back four. Phillips down the right. Pereira, the main man in the 10 position. Diangana down the left. And Robson Kanu, who has won the shirt despite Charlie Austin scoring on, I think, his last 2 sub appearances and again today. Quiet first 10 minutes here as the pattern of the game emerges. A couple of stiff shots in midfield from Preston, maybe a bit of a sign of intent there on 15. Johnson off Big Stockley's knockdown, blocked out. No one anywhere near the goal for the first 15 minutes. It's until 21, Ferguson bombs forward from right back. No one's going to challenge him. He gets into the space, edge of the box, hits it. Rising shot tipped over by Declan Rowe. Closest anyone is going to come. Preston doing a good job of stopping the 3 off the front, getting in between the lines. That is definitely what will get West Brom up if they're going to. Those 3 guys off the front. Preston doing a good job. Nice team shape, with the back 6 getting some supplementary help from those further forward. 25, Maguire, totally free from a left wing throw. They let him go there, gets to the byline. Kind of cross, kind of shot, just smashes it across, hoping that Stockley's going to knock it in on the near post. Johnston palms that one away. Sleepy from West Brom, close on 26. Phillips, corner gets recycled. Then off the right, curls that one, left footed, just wide from Phillips. Good strike there. Big chance though on 31. West Brom turning the screw. They're going to be on top pretty much for the rest of the half now. Phillips, great free kick, outswinger, right foot into the box. There's Bartley on the far post. Tries to sort his feet out, doesn't, and he kind of shanks it wide with his right foot. Big chance missed. There should be 1-0 on 31 to West Brom. It's not. Half chance on 34. Pereira 1-2 with Diangana. Don't let them get running with the ball in those areas. Fed through to Phillips. Touch, spin and shoot straight at Rudd. West Brom gradually getting into their stride, looking dangerous now off the front there. Pereira's in a drop zone on 40 in the D, deflected over, and then from the corner, Sawyers to Ajayi. That one deflects over too. And the last action before half time, about 42. You can see West Brom pretty much from 30 to 45 are on top. This time it's Phillips, edge of the box, low right footer, fingertips round the post. Half time, West Brom on top, but not really dominating. Bit of a sense that both teams have kind of got the handbrake on. Are they both happy with a point? Preston sitting in a little bit more and trying to hit Stockley direct and getting Maguire and Barkhausen around him. West Brom not playing with a great deal of pace, and I suppose you've got to be solid when you're away at Preston, who've got that really good home record. Into the second half, Diangana smashes that one across the face of goal. Robson Carney's there, can't quite convert it. So the pattern from the first half continues there. Hi to Jack on Twitter. If you want to troll me, just, go find a bridge or something, mate. 49, Ajayi on Stockley here. Big Four gets his body in the way, takes a yellow card. The game starts to stretch out a little bit as we get up to sort of the hour mark. Bit more pace, bit more end-to-end stuff. Both teams opening up a little bit. Edwards on for Phillips down the right-hand side on 60 minutes. 62, Maguire close here for Preston, right-hand side of the box. Good feet here. Feeds Johnson, lovely curler. He's going for the corner. This one's going in with the left foot. Johnson scored a load of goals. He's got up into that 10 position, playing deeper in midfield today. Good strike, good save by Johnston down to his right. From the corner, West Brom dithering, fed across low, opens up for Brown, smashes it goalwards. Good block, Ferguson. Next corner, they lose Stockley again. Johnston's underneath it, not convincing goalkeeping there, and Stockley heads that one over the top. Good pressure from Preston, probably the best moment of the half, really, possibly as good as it's going to get. They're coming on a little bit stronger, just edging up the pitch and snapping into the press a little bit further forward. Austin on for Diangana. He's going to go up top. He almost apologises to Robson Carney and says, look, you're going to have to play off me at number 10. Pereira goes out to the right. Edwards down the left-hand side. Pereira high and handsome. And we're into the last 10 minutes now, and it looks as though this is all going to play out and end 0-0. Kravinovic comes in for Robson Carney in the 10 position. Here comes Harrop for Potts. Potts quiet, really, in the 10 position. Maybe if they have a fit right back and Brown's there, or Johnson's there further forward, maybe you can put that down to injury. But here we go into the 88th minute, and we seem to have a few Leeds fans questioning this penalty in the feed here. Lewis is coming for West Brom. So it goes into Austin with his back to goal. He lays it off. It goes to Edwards. He does well initially. His first touch isn't great. Takes him in behind. He makes the run in. Now he's going into the box, and Rudd comes out sort of towards his right hand side, and it's that classic one of the striker sprinting in, and he's going to try and get the touch first and then go down. Now the only issue with this is he does the first bit right and he gets the touch, but he's hovering his right foot out, waiting for Rudd to touch him, and it didn't look like he touched him. Bit of a naughty one, I think, from Edwards. He seems to have fooled the referee. If you look at Rudd's body shape, and if the ref's looking at that angle, you can see how he's bought that one. But I think Edwards has done the referee and done Declan Rudd then. We can look at replays over and over again. There's not much in it. It's very, very close, but I don't think it's a penalty, is it? Just controversial one at the end there. Anyway, it gets given, and on these things, promotions and leagues are decided. Referee points to the spot. There is some argument that Rudd needs to come out and just keep his counsel and just realise that Edwards is going to touch it, and the best he can do is hold the ball up and try and dink it across. So, but hey, look, if it's not a penalty, it's not a penalty, and that's not Declan Rudd's fault, is it? So there you go. I'm sure this will get discussed over and over again. But up steps Charlie Austin, cool as you like. He's kind of feigning that he's going to put it back across his body and he side foots it into the corner, and West Brom have the lead on 88 minutes. Big goal, that one, in a big game. Alex Neil throws on Bowden and Nugent, but they've had the stuffing knocked out of them this one for Barkhausen. Maguire and West Brom play out stoppage time, and West Brom get the win. Leather Sandal says Preston deserves a point. Maurizio is talking about VAR. Obviously, they would have had a look at that if it was a penalty, so there you go. It is what it is. West Brom get the win. If I hit refresh on my table here, it should have them top of the league. They are on a great run, and we've seen them be really flowing and really spectacular. They weren't today, but look, Preston away is a tough old game, and West Brom are really, really doing it. A-Up Muckers says, nothing to fear for us this season. No one is better than us, and West Brom. It's in our hands. Leeds fan in there. Yeah, it's a big lead now, isn't it? Leeds on 40, West Brom up the top on 42. Stephen says, best theatrics I've seen from the West Brom player. The consensus in the feed is, they're not very happy with Kyle Edwards in the feed here. I know we've got a few Leeds fans in there, but Stephen's a Borough fan there, and he's agreeing too. So look, the West Brom team's really, really nice and solid, and they're on a great run, aren't they? I don't know what's coming up next for them, but they're another team, along with Fulham, Leeds and Blackburn, who've done the 3-game week perfectly. And this does just seem to happen, doesn't it? When you're at the top of the league, you can just churn these ones out and keep those wins coming. Preston, however, have the dubious distinction of being the only team. AD says, what a shocking decision. Only team in the division to do a 3-game week of 3 defeats here. So Preston, in a really bad moment since coming back from the international break. I believe they went into the international break second, didn't they? They're now down in 6, and you've got Brentford kind of lined up behind them, Cardiff under Harris moving forward, Swans and Sheffield Wednesday sitting in there. Bristol City have obviously gone above them. So Preston slipping down the table. Is it a regression to the mean, like we've possibly said about Swansea as well? Real tight one, real controversial one here. West Brom marching on top of the league, 5 straight wins. Is it a 2-horse race? Is it West Brom and Leeds going to push each other? Can Fulham keep pace? Can even Forest keep pace? At the moment, it's looking like the way those two at the top are playing, that they could get out in front and start to form a big gap, a la Brighton and Newcastle did a while. Lee says only Leeds march on. I do apologise. Leather Sander says Leeds will wobble. When you look at the strength and you look at the benches, you'd say West Brom can cope a bit more. AD says Preston will be all right, but that was unlucky AF indeed. Yeah, Preston, I think they will be all right, but there was a sense they were playing above themselves to be in that second spot. Anyway, that will do us. I think the narrative is fairly clear. West Brom getting the job done, but dubious penalty. And if karma does exist, like some people suggest, then maybe theirs is coming. Good comment from Leather Sandals there, says West Brom have the players, Leeds have the team. Perhaps there's something in that for sure. Look, follow me on Twitter at Benjamin Bloom. Hit the subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications. Support me on Patreon. It was Preston 0, West Brom 1. Kyle Edwards, clever boy, naughty boy, depends how you look at it. Thank you very much for watching. Over and out.